So as the title of this video is, I went to my first K-pop concert, and I actually had this planned out differently, the way that I was going to film this. I was actually going to do it as a vlog, but unfortunately the entire beginning of the video was me walking towards the bus stop, and it was super windy. I'm going to my first K-pop concert. So it ended up being horrible sounding video. You couldn't hear me at all. All you heard was the wind noise. And so then I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I guess I'll just film it from home and just do this talking head and go into what my thoughts of the concert was. And so let's just jump right into it. I will say that last Sunday, I-DLE, or I-DLE, as I believe they're supposed to be called now, was playing at the Warfield, and they came by, and they're going to be the first group, or the first K-pop group that I was going to ever see. I missed twice. I should have gone to see them, and I'll go into that in a moment. But then Brave Girls was actually playing on the Thursday prior, I believe, like just a few days before, and they would have officially been my first girl group, or K-pop group rather, to go see, but I ended up missing them, and the schedules didn't work, so I was not able to actually go and see Brave Girls, which is kind of a shame because I think they would have been a real cool band to see live. At least they have great energy. That being said, I made my way to the Warfield in San Francisco to go see I-DLE. The concert started at 7, so I decided to leave at about 5 so that I could grab a bite. I went to the Melt right next to the Warfield, so right across the street. And at that time, I was looking, the line for I-DLE was just around the block. It was crazy, which was pretty cool because it was a sold out show. So I had really good hopes, actually, if anything, or really high expectations, I should say, about this concert. And I went to the Melt, got a regular cheeseburger with garlic fries and a soda. That was really sitting heavy on me, and I was like wondering whether I should have maybe just gotten like pho instead at a local Vietnamese place. But I'm getting distracted here, right? As soon as I finished the meal, decided that I'd walk over into the line and just wait for my turn to get into the venue. Now, the tickets were sold seat-wise. At least that's what I purchased. I didn't get general admission. I actually purchased a seat. And I was on the balcony level, maybe like 10 seats back from the actual like edge of the balcony. Wasn't too bad. The people that were pouring in were like all over the place. I will say that it was really, really poorly organized by the Warfield. They had no way, like, I don't understand their seating arrangement. I took quite a bit of time looking for my seat. It was really crazy. It was hard to find, and being that it was going to be like a sold out show, which every seat was filled, it just made it really like weird that they didn't have better signs or more ushers to actually get you to where you needed to be. That aside, though, like, I was sitting there, I was super excited. I-DLE actually started a little bit late because of this whole seating fiasco. Security in San Francisco is probably a little bit higher than other places, maybe. I don't know. Like, maybe LA was just, the security was just as high. But you had to go through like a metal detector. They had to check your bags. So that took a bit of time. And so people were kind of trickling in as the concert started. Overall, they started with a bang. Their first like songs were some of the more popular hits like La Ta Ta, and I actually have the playlist here. They started with Oh My God. I don't know how I forgot that, but they started with that song and then went into The Villain Dies and then La Ta Ta. And overall, like, one of the cool things was is as long as you weren't using a camera, that you record the entire concert. So I got a couple of the songs on recording here, and I'll just throw them randomly in between my talking session here. And yeah, so like I said, they came out strong, and their concert was just, it was really, really good in the sense that they gave off a great vibe. The audience, on the other hand, was kind of weird, and like the energy was not as high as I thought it would be, I guess is a good way to put it. Like, I was expecting like Japanese pop music, or what you see like kind of dancing and stuff in like the K-pop crowd. I was expecting more of that, whereas this was like a really mellow crowd. And I don't know if it was because there were some rules that were put up because of COVID or anything, like you weren't allowed to yell or scream or whatnot, but there was definitely yelling and screaming. It just really, really mellowed from our section. And I actually mentioned this in the like going to the venue part of the vlog that I was filming. One of the things that I was talking to a buddy in Korea about was that I was going to go see a K-pop group here in America, and he was like, "Oh, really? How much were the tickets?" And I told him after like all the charges and everything, it was about $175 for mediocre seats. And he was like shocked because he's like, "Dude, it's so much cheaper in Korea. The next time you're out here, just go try to align it so that you could see a concert out here while you're here." And I mean, you know, my last stay in Korea was 2 months long, and I never bothered. But the thing is I don't understand Korean. And I mean, yeah, you're going for the music, but there were a lot of portions where the group I-DLE particularly would stop and they would start like talking to the crowd, or, you know, in between the songs, or if they're setting something up. or perhaps they're just taking a break because they're tired and they just wanted to talk to the crowd. And one of the really cool things was I-DLE did all their own speaking. They didn't have a translator. They did everything in English. It wasn't perfect, but I mean, it was well beyond anything that I could ever do in Korean. So props to them for really working hard and making it to where, you know, they're really engaging with the audience.
Our second mini album I made. Did you enjoy it? You guys know that Royal Mind's music video was filmed in San Francisco. So it is very special and we're so excited to be here again. If you guys haven't watched it, go check it out because it's really cute. Yeah. And there's also a killing point in Senorita, which was Ugi's You. It was quite short. Can you show us a little bit one more time? Of course. Let's go. Okay. Here's my charming voice. Okay. Great. Beautiful. Bravo. So as you can see, I-DLE has many good titles and also many good songs. Their songs are very special because our members made it.
Yeah, we have produced our songs by ourselves.
I think this is why the songs have our own colors and we have always made some by ourselves, you know, right? And we promise maybe next album we will do it too, right? Keep doing that. Keep making good songs to you guys.
Okay, try. I always try to make the concept and visual of our stage different. Nevertheless, thank you for loving all the different looks. Thank you.
Again, the only problem that I came from that was that I feel that the audience wasn't as engaging as they could have been. And I don't know if this is a K-pop thing or it's just the certain group that was here in the Bay Area or San Francisco, but it was super mellow. One of the things that kind of sucked was that I wanted to go and get a I-DLE or an I-DLE light bong being a stick, right? I think that's translation, or a light stick, which I think all the pop groups now in Korea have their own lights. Like I know Blackpink has their hammer, which has a different name. I think it's like Byung or something like that, because it actually is like a toy hammer. And I know that like BTS has the Army Bomb, which is their version of light. But like all the groups out there have their own type of light, and I was thinking, oh, I could go purchase one because I've never had one, obviously, and I was looking forward to that, or perhaps getting a shirt. But when I walked into the venue, they were actually sold out of all the merch, which was kind of crazy because this was the second stop on their tour. So for them to be sold out of merch already, that's pretty crazy. Like, I hope they did really good sales and not that it's they forgot to bring it or they didn't bring enough. And this is confirmed by the venue because there were signs, you know, funny enough, for merch, our merch table. And I was like, where's the merch table? And the people that were working there were like, oh, they sold out. They've put the merch table away now. There's no more merch to be sold. So that kind of like shocked me. And then one of the things that took me actually, like, I didn't make the ending part of this video until the day after, was something that really struck me as odd. After the song Tomboy came out, which was their title song for this concert or this tour,
You got the song right, vì cái kèn giai đoạn mình唱qua.
A bunch of people started leaving, and it was just strange. I've never seen that at a concert before, at any of the concerts that I've been to. I've never seen, like, partway through people just get up and leave, and it was obvious that it wasn't over yet because the lights weren't on. And I mean, and there was an encore. If I look at the set list, there is actually a set list that you could look at. After Tomboy, there was two more songs, I'm the Trend and La Tata, the English version, which is their kind of Neverland song, or a song dedicated to the fans. And I was like shocked that people literally left in droves before the last two songs even played. And I was like, is that a K-pop thing, or is that like a Bay Area thing? Like, again, very, very strange. Like, I sort of felt bad for the band, too, because, like, I-DLE could clearly see that people were getting up and leaving because they were backlit for the most part on that Tomboy song. They had the major, like, LCD screen or whatever it is behind them, plus the way that they had the lights set up was so that it would shoot into the audience so that the band would be backlit. It was hard to see the band at times because of that, but they could clearly see the audience. And people were just getting up in droves at near the end of Tomboy and were just like exiting out. And I will also put that it was later than most people were thinking. Everything was late, right? It was supposed to start 7, but it didn't start until about 7:15, 7:20ish. And it was about, I want to say, a little after 9 at that time. So people were probably like getting antsy and wanting to get home because it was also a Sunday. That's like the only excuse that I could really think of. Another funny note that came to mind when I was talking to my younger sister about this is the fact that it could also be that it was they came here for like a certain song, and then after they heard the song, they were like, okay, I could just leave at whatever whenever. It reminds me of an interview that like Celine Dion did a while back after coming out with My Heart Will Go On for the Titanic soundtrack. She said that if she just sang that song and then left the stage, like 80 to 90% of the audience would be satisfied and would be willing to pay like the full price of a ticket to come back tomorrow just to hear that one song again. But really though, like, I don't know if it was because people were rushing out or whatever, but that was really strange to me. And so it didn't take away too much from the experience. Like, I really wish the energy was a lot higher, but now it makes me want to go to another K-pop concert just to see if the same type of thing happens. Oh, also, a ton of people were throwing stuff onto the stage at certain points. Mion, one of the members, actually got hit in the face with a stuffed animal when she was getting some water or grabbing a towel or something to wipe herself down, and I thought that was also weird. But I guess the biggest thing that made me think was, man, I really should have tried to get to that Twice concert, because that would have been cool to see, because Twice is a bigger band, I guess you could say. They're a more popular band. I don't know if that's the correct term, but they have more seniority, and so they're also better known. Speaking of which, although this show was sold out, I don't really feel that this concert was really well advertised. I actually heard about it on like YouTube on a Korean show where they were talking about how they were going to go to America for a world tour, to start their world tour. And I'm like, oh, okay, I better look up tickets. And that was how I found that I-DLE was here. which was really strange. And literally didn't even know about Brave Girls until almost a couple days before it was going to happen. So that kind of sucked too. But I do hope that I'll be able to see another large group come through. I believe Twice has another album coming out. Not Twice. ITZY has one coming out called, like, with their title song Sneakers on it. So maybe they'll do a world tour. And Blackpink, they're coming out with a new album. So hopefully they'll do another world tour and come by. That might actually be harder to get tickets to. I'm just throwing out names out there now. But anyhow, I hope that I could go see another larger kind of or more popular band maybe, and see if the thing is the same, to kind of decide where I sit at on whether I want to actually go to another K-pop concert after that here in the States. I think it'd probably be better if I try to go to a K-pop concert in Korea. That would have a lot more to show for an experience, I feel. Anyhow, I think I'll go ahead and end it here and probably play a couple of the songs at the very end here that I got. Sorry, the recording's not all that great. It's just done on my iPhone. So it is what it is. Anyhow, cool that I-DLE came by. I'm super happy that I was able to go see them, and I hope that I'll be able to see another concert by anyone, J-pop, K-pop, or just an American band that I like in the near future. Anyhow, like I said, till the next vid.
Do you remember, remember sex night? Get more than you got shot run it back. Don't you remember, remember sex night? She mustn't yet be more than mine and run it back. There was no hidden love, tired from I see. I-DLE's first time.
freestyle.
Yeah, I-DLE, how about having a dance battle with any popular song?
Popular songs. I like it.
Okay, popular song.
Yeah, the day before yesterday, we picked Woogie and Soyeon, right? Mian.
Yes.
But actually, everyone just did it. So today,
Yeah.
everyone had to do that.
Oh.
Hey, we are one. We can't, be separated. So we have to do it together. Yes.
Now who's gonna go first?
Who's gonna Minnie? Okay, DJ, drop the beat.
Drop the beat.
Okay, I will announce today's winner is Minnie.
That's so easy.
Okay, next chapter.
No.
It's a mess out there. If you need it, you don't care, stay. You don't like it. I've been waiting for you, oh, you can play. You can mess right here. Do whatever I like it, you're okay. And I'm just sitting. Say whatever you want to do, just say.
last one, the final one. Please, please.
Okay, let's go. Let's go, Mia.
DJ drop the beat. Okay, Netherlands, did you like it? Members!
Okay.
Okay, let's keep on this passion to the next song. Let's go!
절대 기죽지 않지. 가벼운